60 seconds.
Give me some New Amsterdam bearings with 23 weight oil.
Yeah, you got it, Les. Cookie, can we get some names, please?
Yeah, I'm all over it.
Okay, let's take attendance. Nate, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. How you doing? Ding Dong, the Witch's Day.
Hello, people. How you doing? My name's Cookie. Welcome to our show here. How many people are going to be playing the game? Very good. Player one, why don't you tell us about yourself, starting with typing in your name.
45 seconds.
Thanks. Now, player two, how about your name now?
Bagel with, like bacon and,
One other thing. Are you looking for a 7-question? All right, that's what I needed to know.
30
Okay,
seconds.
player one, your buzzer is the letter Q as in...
Quagmire.
Yeah, quagmire. That's a good word. Q is in quagmire. And player two, you've got the letter P as in pork chop.
Zaf Chancellor or something.
Please clip that a little bit.
I need Kurt in here. I need him in here now. We got a bad wheel on pedestal 3.
20 seconds.
All right, we got 20 seconds here, so listen up. And you're going to get a bunch of questions here. If you think you know the answer, buzz in. Then type a 1, 2, 3, or 4, whatever answer suits your fancy. You got it?
10.
Good luck.
Okay, I need your attention. Let's go. Lose the desktop. Thank you. Let's go to Black. Host standby.
Major Dick action figure. Uzi sold separately. It's time for the show where high culture and pop culture collide.
Yeah, all right. What's happening? How you two doing? Good to have you here. Now then, what would a trivia game be without some weaponry? Let's pass out the screws. Coming at you, one flathead screw each. Dig this. So you get a question, and you know that your neighbor knows that you know that neither of you know what the hell the answer is. Then you better be the first to buzz in and hit the S key. That's how you screw your neighbor. It forces them to answer that question. Remember, if you're going to get screwed, screw first. All right, let's do it. Player one, it's up to you. What are we doing? This one's gonna be a doll, and we are talking $1,000 for this question. Hope you're ready, because here's one coming at you. Buffy is to Mrs. Beasley as Wolfie is to Eddie Munster, Bert is to Ernie, Cindy Brady is to Kitty Carriol, or Barbie is to Ken. Go for it, player one. Oh, you'd be right if that were reversed. Player two, you want to take a crack at it? And let's see the correct answer. Cindy Brady is to Kitty Carriol. Buffy, a Family Affair fame, had a doll named Mrs. Beasley, while Cindy, a doll in her own right, had Kitty Carriol. And rumor has it she also had Bobby one day in her trailer. Player one, give me a category. The name of this category is National Parks and Naughty Bits. A right answer will get you 2 G's for this question. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. Which of the following national parks is named after part of the female anatomy? Haleakala, Mammoth Cave, Grand Tetons, or Hot Springs? Gotta buzz in! Go for it. Halia. What? Player one, it's yours if you want it. Player one, go nuts. There's a joke in there somewhere, but let's not touch it. No, let's. Here's what you should have guessed. Grand Tetons, named by the French explorers for the breasts they left behind. Player one, pick one.
Question 3.
All right, let's see what we're doing here. Beer beakers. And we will pay out $3,000 for this one. Flight attendants, prepare for takeoff. If Norm from Cheers wanted to demonstrate beer's law at a cliff, you might see him doing which of these things? Shining the light through a glass of beer, pouring beer into a perfect vacuum, converting beer into a gaseous state, or siphoning the beer from one mug to another. Player 2. No, but that does sound like a perfect way to ruin a vacuum. Player 1, the ball's in your court. Go. Siphoning is a good way to get a free beer and a fat lip. What you should have picked was shining a light through a glass of beer. Beer's law is a physical law concerning light absorption in solutions. Of course, in Norm's case, Beer's law states that any beer is a good beer. Player 1, it's up to you. What are we doing? The category. We can work it out if you hand me the vice grips. This question's going to be worth $2,001 bills. TV's Ward and June Cleaver governed their family so well, I bet they would have made great politicians. If Ward said to June, let's let the beaver work his problems out for himself, what type of political theory would he be demonstrating? Laissez-faire, totalitarianism, grassroots politics, or big government? Go for it. Laissez-faire. It means to let them do as they choose. In other words, lay off the beef. What do you say, Player 2? How about it? Uh-oh, mess butt tit slime chore.
It's time for a
Tinker-Lick test drill.
This gibberish questions category is really weird food groups. Opening value on this gibberish question, $5,000. Okay, to solve this puzzle, you gotta think fast because every second and a half, I'm ticking off a little bit of cash. Ready? With what moralistic claptrap does this rhyme? The witch in lime craves brine. Now you'd think a witch with lime would crave tequila. It involves sewing. Go for it, Player 1. Type in your answer and hit return. Boy, you sure know your useless idioms, don't you? Now, what the hell that means, I have no idea. Player 1, give me a category.
Number 6, it's number 6, it's.
Next up, cartoon characters, class photo. Okay, shouldn't be too tough. This question's going to be worth $1,000. Okay, let's see if you can complete this sequence. Eartha Kitt, Bop, Egghead, Alfred, and Robin the Boy Wonder, Spider-Man, Penelope Pitstop, or Paradise Island. Player 2, what do you say? Holy bright colored tights, Batman. Okay, we need a category. Your pick, Player 2.
Zabba-dooba-dabbin', question 7.
Here's the category. Sucking up the electromagnetic spectrum. You get this one right, you got $2,000 coming at you. Hang on tight, because here we go. Of the following, which would most likely be the favorite vacuum cleaner brand of Roy G. Biv? Hoover, Bissell, Rainbow, or Royal? Player 1, go nuts! Roy G. Biv is a way to remember all the colors of the rainbow. Remember, kiddies? Player 1, pick one.
Yeah, man, come along to question 8.
The category is children's stories and talk show scandal. And it looks like you can win 1,000 greenbacks for this one. Okay, get yourself set. It's time. Which character should be a guest on the TV talk show Ricky Lake when the topic is I fell in love with my gang leader abductor? Christopher Robin from Winnie the Pooh, Wendy from Peter Pan, Thing 1 from The Cat in the Hat, or Tootie from The Facts of Life? Go for it, Player 1. Wendy. Peter persuades Wendy and the other kids to go to Never Never Land, and Wendy falls hard for him. If you ask me, she's only going to get hurt. Player 1, it's up to you. What are we doing?
Number 9. Number 9.
The category behind this question is, hello, my name is Hannibal. The amount on the table is $3,000. Get ready to buzz, because here it comes. Of the following, whom would not answer to the name Hannibal? That guy who crossed the Alps, Genie's Master Genie, the creepy guy in Silence of the Lambs, or the Colonel on A-Team? Go for it, player 2. Genie's Master Genie, whose name is Haji. I heard he used to really hit the bottle. Category, player 2, let's do it. Alright, let's see what we're doing here. Bogus Beasts and Big Bird Bar Bets. Right here, $1,000 for a right answer. For years, Mr. Snuffleupagus has been winning free drinks by betting that he knows the world's biggest bird. If you want Mr. Snuffleupagus to pay for the Mad Dog this week, what mythical bird should you bring to top Big Bird? A chimera, gorgon, rock, or kraken? Player 2. Now, a chimera is a fire-breathing lion, goat, snake thing. Talk about high maintenance. Player 1. A gorgon turns you into stone. One look from a gorgon and Snuffy'd be one big insecure lawn ornament. Should have picked this. The mythical rocks were said to bring home full-grown elephants to feed their young. Not only does Snuffy lose the bet, he's in danger of becoming breakfast for baby Huey. We've got 10 questions down, and for 10 more, we're going on to round 2. All right, getting some screws out here for... Ow, put the pin in here, God. Okay, here we go, one for everyone. Now, in round 2, let's get some screwing going on here. In round 1, you guys didn't screw each other at all. Now remember, to screw someone, just buzz in and hit the S key. Then they've got to answer the question. You dig? All right, let's do it. Player 1, give me a category. This one's going to be the Brady's and math class. And this one shouldn't be too tough. 4K for this one. Okay, now I want you to tell me what property of addition is this an example of? Greg plus Marsha plus Peter plus Jan plus Bobby plus Cindy equals 6, or the sum of Greg plus Peter plus Bobby plus the sum of Jan plus Cindy plus Marsha equals 6. Is it fallible, communicable, distributive, or associative? Go for it.
Here's a little spending money.
Player 1, the ball's in your court. What do you want to do with it? Go for it, play. The associative property. Now, Greg and Marsha multiplied? Now, that'd be a different story altogether. Player 1, pick one. Uh-oh, best butts fits mine, whore.
Once again, it's time for a
Snicker Clish Restaurant.
All right, now here's your category for this gibberish question. Your tush and shrubbery. We're in round 2, so this gibberish question is going to start off at $10,000. Okay, now remember, you don't have all the time in the world here. The less time you take, the more money you make. Now, you know there's no screwing your neighbor in this kind of a question. You ready to untangle some gibberish? Let's do it. What does this rhyme with? Hear me go pound the pole. Very tush. Here's your first hint. It's a kid's song. It's a kid's song where they're going round in circles. Last clue. They got weasels popping up on them. Come on, Kid Weasel. It's player 1. Let's see what you got. Very smart. You held out for all the hints and struck out. Bummer. Come on, player 2, come on. Oh my God, you didn't get this? Singers!
Hear me go pound the pole very tush, the monkey is illegal.
Now listen, don't be embarrassed or anything. You probably only heard that song about 8 billion times. Player 2, pick one.
Are you feeling lucky? It's number 13.
The category, astronomy and family ties. It's going to be worth $4,000. Halley's Comet last appeared in 1985, the same year little Andy Keaton was born on TV's Family Ties. Assuming he ages normally, how old will little Andy be the next time we see Halley's Comet? 76, 55, 16, or 80? Player 2. The comet appears every 76 years. That'll be 2061. Guess you should have looked the first time, huh? Let's have a category, player 2.
14!
The name of this category is Picard, Riker, and Polly. I'll pay you $4,000 bills for this one if you get it right. Okay, get your fingers ready. Let's get busy. Imagine an episode of Star Trek on which Picard and Riker encounter a race of polyglots. Based on their name, what could you assume about these aliens? They have 3 or more heads, they resemble tadpoles, they're made of plastic, or they're adept at several languages. Player 1, go nuts! Maybe a couple more heads would have helped you on this one. Go for it. They know several languages. You know, I'd sure like to meet someone with a command of several tongues. What do you say, player 2? How about it? Uh-oh. Testnut Slick Crime Store.
Once again, it's time for a
Flicker Pitch No Stop.
Here's your gibberish category. Mob violence and climaxes. And if you're really fast, you can get up to $10,000 for this gibberish question. Okay, now remember, the faster you solve this puzzle, the more money you win. Okay, now tell me, what famous saying does this rhyme with? Quicksand Jones, say fake guy moan. Player 2, go for it. Type it in and hit... Nicely played. I take it you were picked on quite a bit as a child. Category, player 2, let's do it.
Flush your head down the latrine.
Ease your way with sour cream.
16.
The category behind this question is TV Wars. $6,000 is riding on this one. Okay, coming at you. Heads up. If they made a TV army, who would be the highest ranking officer? Sergeant Schultz, Hawkeye Pierce, Gomer Pyle, or Steve Austin? Player 2, what do you say? You'll know nothing. Player 1, go for... Nope. Sorry, Captain. Too bad you didn't pick this. Colonel Steve Austin. He has the highest rank, and he fought Bigfoot. What a stud. Player 1, give me a category.
Jiggy Jackie's gone, let me hear you scream. It's question 17.
Here's the category. Hairy things. And this one's going to be worth $2,000. Get your eyes focused on the screen. Here we go. Which one of the following hairy things actually has hair? The hair tail, the hair worm, the hairy waddle, or the Mexican hairless? Player 1, go the Mexican hairless. It's a dog with hair on its head and tail. Player 1, it's up to you. What are we doing?
18. Wipe the slate clean. Number 18.
Next up, it's every man's dream. I'm paying out $2,000 if you get this one right. Okay, hang tight. Put your fingers on your buzzers. Here's the question. If you wanted to be a little taller and a little thinner immediately, which environment should you simulate in your home? The ocean floor, a rainforest, a cave, or outer space? Go for it, player. In weightlessness, your spine straightens and your intestines right up. You could become an inch taller and lose a couple of inches of girth. Wait until Jenny Craig finds out about this. Okay, we need a category. Your pick, player 2. The category is nice finger. And we are talking 4,000 big ones. Okay, get yourself set. It's time. In the James Bond movie Goldfinger, what was Goldfinger's full name? Auric Goldfinger, Sir Raoul Goldfinger, Midas Goldfinger, or Dr. Myron Goldfinger, DDS? Go for it. Auric. It means gold. Goldfinger. Kind of has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Player one, pick one.
Wow, honey, it's question number 20.
All right, let's see what we're doing here. Syndromes and the end of the world. And if you can figure this one out, I can pay you $4,000. Okay, let's get this ball rolling. If the entire world were suddenly plagued by the following syndromes, which one would immediately end population growth on the planet? Toxic shock syndrome, premenstrual syndrome, Chinese restaurant syndrome, or Turner syndrome? Player two. Well, there wouldn't be a whole lot of sex going on during that time of the month, but it would pass eventually. Player one, go nuts. Turner syndrome. It's a disorder that affects only females, but all carriers are rendered infertile. Player one, give me a category. Enter the attack. If you see two words together and they form a match, buzz in. $2,000 will be yours if you're right, but each time you're wrong, $2,000 shall be taken away. But be not fooled. It won't be a match unless it fits this clue. Everything was fine until you came along. No offense meant. But are you ready? Let's go. There's two ways of looking at this. You almost lost or you barely won. And since I'm a glasses half empty kind of guy, I'm just going to say that you don't know Jack.